In the early 2000s, Casio released the LK-40, a 61-key musical keyboard. It features the multifunction display with icons, color panel not included, showing which tone, rhythm, or song is selected at a glance, as well as the 3-step lesson mode and the key lighting system, so it can teach how to play songs, or it can light the keys that are being pressed up to 4 lights at a time. If key lighting is not desired in the moment, it can be disabled at any time. The keyboard offers 100 each of tones, rhythms, and song bank, which are selected with a calculator-style number pad. It can be powered with a 9-volt center-negative power supply or 6 AA-sized batteries. It uses the A² Basic sound source. The polyphony is 12, but on some tones, most commonly the ones that are chorused or layered, the polyphony is 6. When powered on, it starts in the normal mode. The normal mode allows the tone, rhythm, and tempo to be manually selected for custom melody play. To tune the keyboard, hold down tone and press song bank, then use the tempo buttons to change the value. Holding down one of the tempo buttons will scroll. Alternatively, the number pad may be used to enter positive numbers only. It can be tuned between -50 and 50 steps. To transpose the keyboard, hold down tone and press rhythm. It can be transposed between -6 and 5 steps. To set the tempo, press one of the tempo buttons while on the main screen. It can be set between 40 and 255 beats per minute. Pressing both tempo buttons will set the tempo to the rhythm's default. The keyboard has 3 modes of custom play. The normal mode allows the whole keyboard to be used for melody play with no chords. Casio chord is an easy-to-play accompaniment system where a certain number of keys is pressed to change the chord instead of having to press each component note. The finger mode allows chords to be played the standard way. The accompaniment keyboard has an 18-key range. The other operating mode is songbank mode, which is entered by pressing the songbank button or one of the 3-step lesson buttons. Pressing the start or stop button will begin or terminate playback of the song normally. The first 85 songs are accompaniment songs. It uses a rhythm and a few additional channels to create a full composition. The first 18 keys are reserved for showing an approximation of what chord it's using for the rhythm, and the rest of the keys are used for the main melody. The last 15 songs are two-hand songs. The entire song only uses one channel and multiple keys can be pressed. All of the keys can be used for the melody. The tone of only the accompaniment songs can be changed. Attempting to change the tone of a two-hand song will cause it to instantly reset the tone back to the song's default. One of the main features of the song bank is the 3-step lesson feature, an interactive learning system for the song bank. Step 1. Master the timing. Pressing any key or one of the one-key play buttons will play the correct note or notes. Pressing multiple keys, up to 4 at a time, will advance that many steps. Step 2. Master the melody. The correct notes must be pressed to continue. Step 3. Play at normal speed. The song will play normally without the main melody or part so that the correct notes can be pressed to put it back in. If practice at a different rate is necessary, the tempo buttons can be used. To toggle between the right and left hand parts of a two-hand tune, press Part Select. The keyboard will indicate which part is selected. Exiting songbank mode requires the songbank button to be pressed while the song number is displayed. The rhythm button will not exit songbank mode. Pressing demo will play all songs consecutively. A different song can be chosen, but the tone cannot be changed. Any key that is pressed uses the tone that was set before a demo was activated. Stopping the demo will exit to the normal mode. The LK-40 features a MIDI function, allowing you to use it as an interface to record and play songs with another MIDI device. When receiving MIDI data, it only supports note on and off data, instrument changes, pitch bending, modulation, channel volume and steps of the digital volume controls, and the sustain pedal on channels 0 through 3 for normal instruments and 9 for percussion only. Any key that is pressed on the keyboard will be sent out on channel 0, and settings that affect channel 0, such as modulation, will affect those notes. Notes sent into the keyboard on channel 0 are shown on the key lighting system. To turn off local control and enable general MIDI tone mapping, hold down rhythm and press songbank. When local control is off, rhythm playback is not allowed, and any key that is pressed on the keyboard will still light the key, but it will not make a sound. General MIDI tone mapping makes it easy to play some general MIDI files on the keyboard. Some general MIDI tones also exist on the keyboard, but other tones that are not are substituted with something else. This chart illustrates what tones the keyboard uses in place of the general MIDI tones when general MIDI tone mapping is on. To turn on local control and disable general MIDI tone mapping, hold down rhythm and press Part Select. Instrument changes when tone mapping is disabled uses the keyboard's tone numbering, also allowing you to use percussion in any channel. The volume control affects the quality of the tones being played when it is set below 3. On volume 2, the bass drum noticeably gets louder than the rest of the tones. On volume 1, several tones are louder than others. The keyboard can also be muted. If the keyboard is left on and nothing is done to it for 6 minutes on batteries, it powers off. With an AC adapter, it goes into power on alert mode where it lights keys to indicate that it is on. All of the settings are reset after this point, so if disabling this feature is desired, the tone button should be held down while powering it on. To enter diagnostics, hold down 0 and start while turning on the unit. You should see the number 478 on the display. To test the mode switch, move the switch up and down and check to make sure the correct number is displayed for each mode. 1 for normal, 2 for Casio chord, and 3 for fingered. To test the control panel, press 0, then press these buttons in the following order. To test the ROM checksum, press 2. You should see a 0. To check the ROM version, press 3. This keyboard's ROM is version 1.21. This may look like 121, but that is because the decimal points are unused. To test the sound, press 4. This will play a tone at minimum volume. Press 5. This will play a tone at medium volume. Press 6. This will play a tone at maximum volume. To test the MIDI, connect a MIDI cable to both the MIDI in and out ports. Press 9. You should get the OK screen. To test the LEDs, press tone. To test the keys, press rhythm and then press each key. To test the AC adapter detection test, make sure there are good batteries installed in the unit, then unplug the DC jack from the back of the unit. Press Song Bank. You should see 1s on the screen. Plug the DC jack back into the unit. Press Song Bank. You should see 0s on the screen. To test the software power off function, press Part Select. The unit should turn off. The diagnostics are complete. B over C is treated as a valid user chord. One of the melody notes in song 80 is truncated by other accompanying notes. It is possible to change the volume of the songbank melody channels through MIDI, making it possible to listen to only the rhythm of every song. MIDI out is temporarily unblocked when the rhythm of any song is instructed to stop before the song ends. The chorus effects and the sound effect tones can sometimes desynchronize.